here you go. This is Emily C., my new bestie.
I hate the idea that someone out there hates me. I even hate thinking that Al-Qaeda hates me. I think if they got to know me, they wouldn't hate me.
This stole the show. Emily C. was phenomenal.
There's something you need to know.
What?
You're doing great.
Look at my baby. Here she is. Emily. 10 out of 10. Huge fan.
I see Emily C says 123. I trust her. She's really good.
Listen, Turtle, you gotta watch your language. You gotta watch your language. I'm already live. So you need to follow the FCC guidelines.
She destroyed, left nothing in her path. It was so good.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I just gifted some memberships because I keep forgetting to do that, and I didn't want to forget. So if you just got a membership, welcome. And I hope you're happy to be here. I am happy to be here because we have the expert back to do our 4th round of Squirrel School. And the expert got a membership. That's so exciting. So I'm just going to get right to it. We're going to talk tonight about the timeline, the very flexible timeline. And I want to make something really clear first, just about what we do on here, because some of the trolls on Twitter seemed to be a little bit confused, that they think that I either like know what happened to John O'Keefe or that I am accusing certain people of doing, like being, I don't think I could say the killer. Okay, whatever you're allowed to say on YouTube. I don't know what happened. Clearly, I don't know why that even needs to be said. But I would like to make a disclaimer so that this can't be like, they can't pretend to like use this in like a defamation lawsuit. I don't know what happened to John O'Keefe. I'm not like hiding a secret. I'm not accusing anybody because I don't know. But what I do know is that Karen Reed was found not guilty by 2 juries. And my tax dollars went to 2 trials and over $1 million that could have been spent on absolutely anything else. And so I would like to get to the bottom of it. And the only thing that I have to get to the bottom of it is the testimony of witnesses that testified in trial, their sworn statements and reports that the police submitted and the data that the experts used. And we're allowed to talk about that stuff and put the pieces together on our own to see what we can figure out, since the police didn't do that in the first place. So tonight, we're going to do that by looking at some timelines with my friend, the expert. Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Sorry, I was laughing a little bit. You said you started saying talking about everything. You were like in the experts, and it felt like you kind of like giggled a little bit on that. And I was like, there you go. That's the whole point. It's like, you know, your name's always mentioned.
You know what's really been
Marketing.
cracking me up is that I sent Samantha Beningo the clip of our last show when you noticed that the 2 taillight pieces that they like said were the same were not. And I don't know if you follow her, but now she's been talking about that moment in a bunch of her videos. And she's like, and Emily had an expert on who noticed. And the way she says it every time, I'm like, yes, I had a taillight expert on. And I can't break it to her that that's not what you are.
But never mind, I'm not gonna go there. Hold on, now who is this? I want to follow him.
Samantha Beningo. Her channel is called I Don't Belong Here. And I don't know how. I am so impressed by the amount of content that she puts out and the quality of the content that she puts out, because she's also like in a PhD program and has a daughter and somehow finds like hours and hours in the day to research. She's like, oh, I was watching like so-and-so's testimony for 6 hours today. And I'm like, how? how did you do that? And then she does Wednesday night lives, and she'll be live from like 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. I'm like, you are a machine. It's very cool.
Oh,
She's
that's
amazing.
crazy. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? She'll be successful as long as she stays away from
Oh.
drama.
Oh, she's like, no, she was not even, she's like on another level where she's like, oh yeah, like that stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm excited. I can't wait to watch her.
Yeah, actually, if you're gonna do any like outside research, like she is the one to
No,
go.
wait. Time out. I only do what you tell me to do. Okay. So when you send me a link or you say I need to do something, I do it.
So that's what I was going to ask you is what have you done since the last, actually, no, before I do that, we're not even getting started yet. First of all, I need to ask you what sea creature you're feeling like today.
Well, I always say dolphin, but that's hold on, let me see if there's another one. Oh, hey, is that sneaky one? Is that one of those light those
Mhm.
weird deep oh, I like flashlights, but I'm not sneaky like that.
I like flashlights.
I do like flashlights. Look, hey, I got one right here. See? Why am I don't need to show you my flashlight, but I do have one.
I would like to see it's a little flashlight. I was picturing a big flashlight. That's a good flashlight.
Well, I have a big one too. This is the little one.
So
I
you're the
do. I have a
sneaky
lot of
fish?
flashlights. I'm scared of the dark.
Aw.
Yes, it's weird. I'm not like scared of the dark, but like one day I realized I have a lot of flashlights, and I was like, I don't think I like the dark. I really don't. You know what? Well, okay, starfish. Very excited to be here. Ooh, it's a difference. What is the difference between stressed and busy? I've taken this
great
way too
question.
deep. I'm sorry.
No, this is like why I do that. So this stemmed from I used to do things like this in my classroom, and it would be like much more open-ended than this. It would be like blobs, like different color blobs. And I would ask my students like, which blob do you feel like today? Or which they wouldn't be labeled and have a meaning. And then the kids would have to explain like how they related to that and what it's just to like get them talking. So I think that's a good question. That's what I was going for. I would say the difference between stressed and busy is when busy is like when you're doing a bunch of things, but like you're feeling like you're on top of it and you're like excited about the busy things that you have going on and you have a to-do list that like you're excited about, versus stressed is like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time to do all of this and I'm doing all these things that I don't even want to be doing and there's this other thing I wish I was doing.
Real quick about that is like am very busy and not too busy for you though. Like I drop anything for this. Honest to goodness, I do. And I like that. But anyway, but the busy part, I'm stressed because I am so busy. I need to be doing that whole list of things, all stuff, and then external factors are like stopping me from doing my busy list. But there's a turtle there says cool, and he
Your
wears
busy
sunglasses.
list. I like that. I like that name, a busy list.
Sorry, we'll
No,
just do
like
that. Silly. We'll go with silly. I'm always silly.
Perfect. Zach had a good suggestion. Is there a squirrel fish? Zach sent 199 and asked for a squirrel fish. The aquarium is full. Don't make me add anything else. And
he's a fisherman.
Good citizen Weymouth wants to know what your snacks are tonight.
I've been really into these lately.
Is that a dog bone? Did you just eat one of my dog's treats? Are they Scooby snacks?
Mm-hmm.
Are they for dogs or people?
They're Scooby snacks.
Carter actually gets those at school sometimes, and then when they come, so I get that.
Are you being serious? Are you being serious?
What
about the Scooby snacks?
Yeah, they're in like a teal package. Yeah, he gets those at school.
People have been thinking I've been eating dog treats because the dogs are always in there.
Listen, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. At Trader Joe's, they have the little bones that they're the only ones that we give to my dog because they're like the perfect size and they look exactly like that, like indecipherable.
Are they all natural? Have you tried it? No.
No,
I love the Scooby snacks. They're, of course, I'm a fan of Scooby Doo. Yeah.
I keep
Actually,
thinking, I keep thinking of the, you know how every time that they like catch the bad guy in Scooby Doo and they take off the mask and the guy's like always like, and I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids. That's how I feel every time that we're like discussing the police and like the house defendants and everything. Like I picture them being like, and we would have gotten away with this too if it wasn't for you meddling YouTubers.
oh, somebody in the chat that's good at doing a clip, get a Scooby Doo clip and send it to Emily. I got away with it, not for you meddling kids.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that'd be that'd be so great. Oh, I can see it, but yeah. Okay, real quick, and the last thing I'll ever say. I'm not ever because I'm a loudmouth. But
I want to
anyway,
hear everything.
I didn't know that Shaggy was a pothead until I think probably I got married. Like she had explained it to me, and I was like, "But why did you can't do drugs around dogs?" I was like, "Is that why Scooby talks?" Oh, I was upset for a while.
Oh, because
It
they're
really
high all the
crushed.
time.
Yeah, it really crushed me. It crushed me,
Wait,
and then
that's
like
really funny.
yeah, and then it's like they're driving around in the mystery van and stuff. And like, oh,
That's actually really
going back to
funny. I
watching
don't
Tom and
know that
Jerry.
I realized that. Also
Oh,
before we
that
get
Scooby
started,
talks.
no, I knew Scooby talk. He says like Scooby.
Here's
Scrappy."
Shaggy.
Yeah. There's something else we need to address before we get started. It's very important. You guys. Okay. I saw this post today. It's from the expert 22 hours ago. It says, set your alarms, y'all. 9 p.m. Thursday, May 5th. I have the honor and privilege of hanging out with the Emily C. Okay. So today is March 5th. It is not May 5th. And so we're going to do a quick review of the months of the year. And
you know what? When you read that, I was like, wait a second, today's Cinco de Mayo? Hey, wait a second. How many months have M in it? There's 2, right?
March, yeah.
Yeah, 50-50 shot. I mean,
Yeah,
that's pretty
so
good.
It's March.
Did you correct it? Please tell me you did. Did you just say, did you go in there and leave a comment and say, no, tonight, silly?
Yeah, it was Cinco de Mayo. It's Cinco de Mayo in your world.
Y'all, there's a Cinco de Mayo stream we're doing. We didn't know about it until just now.
Zach said you were only off by 2 months. What do you expect?
That's usually how long it takes me to get to respond to a message too. So
So
what are
now
you
I
doing
feel like
May
you have
5th?
to come on you have to come on May 5th. Let's see what day of the week it is. March, April, May. Tuesday, May 5th. Put it in your calendars now, everybody. We're doing a stream then. We have
There's
to.
somebody here that could remind me. Sorry.
What?
I always depend on the kindness of the chat to remind me.
One of my favorite things about having you on is every time the chat just turns to how pretty you are. That's adorable.
Yeah, that's
I agree. You're
not
gorgeous.
They're just making fun of me. Pretty.
No, Side Eye just says, but expert is pretty. Yeah. So he might not know all the months of the year, but then look at that smile.
Time's not real.
Maybe it's the dark glasses. He can't see what he's writing. I have my sunglasses. I don't know how you do this though. Like, I can't see anything.
I don't know. My screen's really bright.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
That.
I mean,
I might fall asleep if I put my sunglasses on. I'm gonna regret having a Celsius at 9.
Oh, listen, I sleep most of the streams.
Not tonight. You have work to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, see, KY Heather said the cute guy's back.
No, I don't know about that. Where's that guy?
And Strange Credulity does want to just put a disclaimer out that he is married, you guys, and he has a beautiful wife.
Yeah, she is amazing. I don't know why she's with me. holy cow. Actually, I do know why she's with me. Her mom liked me. Her mom set us up as a blind date.
Oh, how'd you guys? Yeah, I was gonna ask how you met. She set you up on a blind date. How'd you
Yeah,
know her mom?
did. I knew her mom for years.
How? From what? Oh, this is cute.
I had my previous career, and her mom is the first time. So her mom like kept asking me, like started off with like, "Are you single?" And I was like, I didn't know what to say, right? And I'm like, "Hey, I'm always single, you know." I was like, "Uh-oh, what's this lady asking me?" And then it was, "Do you ever, you know, blah blah blah, this and that?" And I was just like, I was trying to dodge. I was like, the Matrix, trying to go through the dodging of questions because I've never been on a blind date. You can only imagine that someone's mother trying to set you up on a blind date. The girl has to be very homely, and I was very single and very, whatever. And then we found out that we had actually ran into each other 3 times, the White Rabbit and I, at places of different repute, and we hated each other.
No, you didn't.
Mostly she hated me. Yeah, we did.
What?
Like one time, so like, this is my shtick, right? So I'm sitting there, I got my collar popped up, waiting in line at the bar, and she comes up. I feel this, my collar going. I'm like, hey, lady, listen, hey, this is how we wear at the country club. What are you doing? What are you doing back there? And she's like, oh, grumpy, and it was that was a weird conversation when I figured that one out. What is that? Is Celsius? Is that an energy drink?
Mm-hmm. It's the only one. It's like not. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was trying to answer without interrupting. It's like the only energy drink that does. You know how like a Monster energy drink or something tastes like chemicals?
Oh my gosh. Like, if we were like in a spacecraft hurtling towards the sun, I'd want you to be my co-pilot. Like we wouldn't have to talk. We could push buttons together. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. I hate that chemically taste.
Yeah. So this is the only one that I found that like doesn't taste like fake sugar, and it doesn't. It's like, okay, this is going to be a Celsius commercial now. It has, it's like vitamins. It's like vitamin B, vitamin B12, biotin, vitamin C, niacin, whatever that is. And it like
you get it
gives
from
you.
cigarettes?
No, that's nicotine.
Right.
It says
Riboflavins and
I don't know, a whole bunch of essential energy, accelerates metabolism. It just makes you feel like it's like not jittery and kind of just feels like you're awake.
that's okay. I'm glad you said that. That's a weird. I understand that. There's, everybody drinks coffee. It seems like I'm not a coffee drinker, and it's like, yeah, is that like getting that one foot in front of the other type thing in the morning. It's like,
Mhm.
yeah, that cloudy head and stuff, and yeah, an energy drink's good.
They have two
there
different,
are
so there's
can-
Celsius that are sparkling and not sparkling. The not sparkling ones are gross. You have to get sparkling.
oh, well, then you went like the powder ones. I just
They
saw
don't,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. I go to Costco and they have them. The problem is I don't like fruit. So like I
What's
like
your favorite food?
24th favorite
Oh,
food.
is it Grillos?
Oh, girls, I ate a bunch of those the other night. I got sick eating all those because then I ate those and then I was hungry, and so I ate some chips and salsa, and it was
Is it because I said I had chips and salsa?
no. I said you said you love Grillos, and I said I love the Grillos salsa. I was like I put it on,
Yeah, but
and you
then I
said
said
it goes on
I just
everything.
had chips and salsa.
Oh, I didn't catch the chips part. No, no, and I didn't have the Grillos because I can only get that at Super Target. I don't go there very often.
Mm. What's your
I
favorite
mean,
food?
I don't know. It's like, well, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. Okay, actually, I'm gonna go the technical route. Barbecue. Even though I don't eat it that much, I love making barbecue. So barbecue in the South is something different than anywhere else. It's
Mm-hmm.
you get a pork butt and you cook it. I've got a big green egg, smoke it for 16, 18 hours. It's a, I don't know, you really have to put love into it. Make our own
Mm-hmm.
sauce, make our own dry rub, our own family recipe and stuff. Yeah,
That
but
sounds really
I
good.
like other people's barbecue. Like I like the
Mhm.
barbecue experience. But
Barbecue
yeah.
sauce is one of the things that I to me the like jars of barbecue sauce at like from the store are disgusting, but any homemade barbecue sauce is like 10 out of 10. I will eat anybody's homemade barbecue sauce and I will not eat a single one from a jar.
They taste like corn syrup to me, the ones from a jar.
Yeah. And they're like it's like, oh, I can't even think about it. The texture, it's like too thick and
You're a
gross and
texture girl.
it's like
Yes,
globby and
that's
it
it.
comes out all
Once you
globby.
so I'm very picky about what I eat, and people make fun of me for it, and then, it was, we were watching, Andrew Zimmern, weird food guy, whatever, and he said
Mhm.
that, 9 times out of 10, if people say they don't like something, it's because of texture, and
Mhm.
it was like, "Oh my gosh," like, that's so true. Didn't realize
Yeah.
it till then, like fruits and stuff like that, they have a weird texture. Seafood, yeah, oh, no, it smells bad too. I don't know how you
Yeah.
guys do it up there.
Mm. It's like what we're used to, like lobster roll. Like a lobster roll in the summer is like the definition of just everything good in the world.
Do they have those at McDonald's?
Well, not
There's a
at
rumor that they have them
McDonald's.
periodically at McDonald's.
Yeah, I think they actually do, or they used to. I don't know if they still
So,
do.
so,
Okay, here's what we're gonna do tonight.
yes, ma'am.
I have a whole little class prepared, um, and we'll have some fervent commercial breaks. To start, I wanted to review what we've done so far. Um, yeah, that's a cool one. Okay, so in our first squirrel school, we talked about Aiden's entry into this whole saga. That was your first question, was like, what in the world is going on? And in our second class, we looked at what the Massachusetts State Police did when they got scared and what their response was to Aiden and the Free Karen Read movement. We talked about the rubber duckies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember that? And then in our last class, we talked about the snow and how ridiculous it was that they kept on finding tail light for 3 weeks after, even though there had been all the snow had melted and then it snowed again and then it rained and then they were just finding tail light like as they were driving by. But then I was
Yeah,
thinking like,
sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I should probably, like, message you, like, serious stuff. So, like, after that, I saw what had happened? And, it was a crime scene, and I was like, "Oh, was that did I tell you about this? My wife was watching
Mm-mm.
48 Hours." And I was like, stop it right there." And she's like, What?" And I was like, "Right there, do you see that?" And it was all the little evidence bags, and they're all numbered. And
Huh.
I thought about the taillights. I was like, the 48 pieces of taillights. I was like, we were just talking about this, and it's like, what did they put the taillights in solo cups too?
No, they put the tail light into evidence bags, like um just all shoved in together. So like each time, each round, say they went and they found like 3 pieces, they put those in a bag together. And then like the pieces started to break. So like during
I was
trial,
gonna
they were
say
like
that
pulling
they
out like
had to.
extra pieces. Yeah. It's really embarrassing. It's like actually so embarrassing. They didn't put any like bubble wrap or anything that would like protect it. It wasn't labeled like where on the yard it was found or like what the coordinates are or anything like that. It just said the address. And then they would take a picture of it, but the picture was only like right zoomed in right on it, so you can't see where it was. I think it was probably just in the Canton Police like backyard behind the parking lot, if I had to guess. Like,
Well,
there's a couple.
They ran over a new taillight, so they have all the pieces.
Yeah, there's a couple pieces that the photographs don't even look like the same yard. Like the grass is melting, and then it looks like brown grass, and it's like in all the other pictures, there's like green grass. Like what's happening? But then, okay, so then I was thinking, like, so we got to that point where it's like, okay, like their investigation was really ridiculous. But like, if I was just explaining this to somebody who knew absolutely nothing else about this, like there is a world where that investigation could happen, but Karen was also still guilty. Do you know what I mean? It's like, just because the police do a really bad investigation, sometimes bad police would do a bad investigation, but the person is still guilty. Like, not necessarily like found guilty if their policing is that bad, but they could have still done it. So tonight I wanted to talk about the timelines. And
oh my gosh,
we're
I'm
gonna
ready to move into this stream. I love this.
Tonight we're gonna look at two different kind of simultaneous timelines of events that happened that night. And we're just going to see. My question for you is going to be, is this timeline possible? Or what even is this timeline? What are they saying happened? Yeah, that's the big question tonight, is what? And the only explanation, spoiler alert, that I can come up with is that, is that we live in a multiverse, and that like different things were happening simultaneously in different multiverses, because that's the only way that these timelines work.
I was thinking that, and I was like, no, I don't want to sound stupid.
You could say anything, even if it does sound stupid.
Have you
It
seen
probably
me?
didn't sound stupid when I said it.
No, it did. It made sense because the multiverse is a weird. I don't know. I mean, you don't watch movies, but like the whole like Marvel multiverse thing, like I don't like time travel. There's one time travel thing. It's Back to the Future, and if you don't follow that, everything's bad. Sorry, that was my soapbox.
There's a book called The Time Traveler's Wife. Have you heard of it? It was the first book that made me like sob.
Okay, is that the one that's based off like they did a movie with Keanu Reeves or something?
Mm-hmm. Is it? I don't know actors, but I think they did make a movie about it.
Is it Sandra Bullock in it? Maybe does anybody know?
You mean Carrie Roberts? Do you know the Sandra Bullock joke? Oh, we're not there yet.
Sandra Bullock's one of my favorite actresses, which it's weird to explain that, but yes.
Carrie Roberts had a text message that got leaked from a couple days after John's death. Carrie and Jen were texting about who would play them in a movie, and Carrie said that Sandra Bullock would play her in the movie. Unclear why that's what they were focused on, but you know what? People grieve differently. I'm not even judging that. What I am judging is I'm not entirely sure that was the right casting choice.
So I don't know who I know who Sandra Bullock is, but I don't know who the other person is.
Yeah,
but
we didn't get to Carrie yet.
She looks in the mirror and she sees Sandra Bullock.
Mm-hmm.
I look in the mirror and I see, Forrest Gump.
Wait, we're gonna hold on. Carrie Roberts. Okay. Also, wait. So this is the picture of Carrie that gets like used a lot. It's her on the stand and she's crying. It's like the picture that's always like in the newspaper. Oh God, hold on. And
the fourth stage of grief is picking your actor.
Wait, that's so
Zach,
funny.
if I was ever again like something like this, right? I mean, there's only one person who can play me. That's me. If it wasn't me, Zach, I would hand that. I would say, look, we gotta get Zach in there. He's gonna be the expert.
Hold on. I don't know why everything takes me so long to do on this StreamYard thing.
Oh no,
But
mine everything went dead on mine yesterday. My stream yesterday. It was the weirdest thing. Middle of the stream, the camera went out. It happened like 3 or 4. It wasn't my fault this time. Oh gosh, that is not Sandra Bullock.
okay,
Is
but
that
the
your
thing
flash
that
coming?
makes me laugh about this picture, so this is the one that they like always use of her in the newspaper and stuff. Doesn't it look like she's holding a knife? Like all I
Oh,
see
it
is-
does. It does. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it does. That's I would not consider that to be Sandra Bullock. I'm not
No.
picking on her at all, but
No,
Sandra Bullock.
I
okay,
agree.
Does she have blue eyes? This girl, this woman that you had up there.
I don't know.
Sandra Bullock has brown eyes. One of the few Hollywood actresses with brown eyes. Big chocolate chip puppy dog eyes.
Okay, so that's what we're going to look at today. And I have a bunch of clips. They're short clips for us to just try to figure out what is going on. And one thing I want to make really clear before we get into this too is we're going to see some clips we're going to see a clip from the first trial. We're going to see a clip from the second trial. And I do understand that like you can learn new information. So for example, the defense team learned more from the first trial to the second trial about the physics behind like what would have gone into a collision at certain speeds and stuff. Those are things that I feel like can grow. Your case can kind of evolve from the first trial to the second trial. To me, and I don't know what you think about this, it seems like some things should not change from the first trial to the second trial, as in like what happened and when probably shouldn't change, because if you're prosecuting somebody, that's something that you should be clear about. So what do you think that I'll just give you a second to see what I'm talking about. And also Meatball Morrissey Sketty Stain says it's a very, very dumpy woman. And trolls, I want to be very clear. I was just reading that. I did not say it. And I already apologized that I said her face looked like melted ice cream. So don't hold that against me.
Melted ice cream is my favorite.
Yeah, see? That was a compliment.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you go to Wendy's and you get a Frosty, it's so much better after it starts to melt. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. See, I was complimenting Carrie when I said her face looked like melted ice cream. Okay. So here we go. First, the first timeline we're looking at is the timeline of the collision. The actual, what the Commonwealth says Karen did to John. Okay. This is Adam Lally. He was the prosecutor in the first trial. He's very boring. I apologize in advance, but it is what it is.
His examination of the vehicle, his examination of the scene, his examination of specifically some Toyota texture, because Lexus is essentially owned by Toyota or vice versa. So there is some data that he's able to recover from that and back the vehicle up based on its known locations and travel, key cycles. Essentially opines, he'll opine that around 12:45 in the morning when the vehicle was in front of the residence on Fairview, that for some perceptible period of time, that vehicle travels over 60 feet in reverse at over approximately 24.2 miles per hour.
Approximate?
Mm-hmm.
At 24.2?
Yes.
Like I approximate like, in the 20s, maybe 24. Anywhere between 22 and 26, maybe.
Yeah, no,
Maybe
24.2 approximately.
That's
and for the purposes of this, the important part is that at approximately 12:45. Oh, that looks really little on here. Okay. At approximately 12:45. Adam Lally says
take
that's
2 fingers
the
and do
time.
that. I'll make bigger. Sorry.
No, but it's
No. Okay, don't do it. I'm sorry. I went from I shouldn't have told a streamer how to do their thing, and I was trying to say because you're a Apple girl.
Yeah.
There's not many of us. We have to stick close together. You have people like Zach over here who make fun of us for no reason. Jealousy.
So that's our first time on the timeline is around 12:45 or approximately 12:45 was the time of the collision. According to, he even told us what that was based on. So it was according to the Lexus data, and that wasn't supposed to be phone temperature. That was from another thing. Anyways.
How do they get
Now,
data? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Like,
no,
I don't know that. Like, that's something I feel like I should know outside of this. Like, I mean, I don't know how it's
that's actually a
updated or
great question.
anything.
So how do they get the data, like from the car?
Well, I mean, I understand. It's like I don't. Okay, so like you get a new. I don't know. You get anything, and you have to put in the time and the date and all that stuff on there, right?
What?
And then it's like you know, I don't know. It's like how does all that stuff get calibrated in the car? Like I know, like if
Okay.
it's like a Tesla or something like self drives, you know, it has to be connected to the internet. I understand that. Something like what was this? 2020 Tesla or no, not Tesla, but
2021
Toyota.
Lexus. 2021 Lexus. Yeah. I do know a little. I'm not going to give you like I don't know the scientific answer, but here's what I do know. So there in the Lexus, there is this like the infotainment system that has the like all this, like how it connects to your Bluetooth and da da da. And you know how like on your computer, sometimes it will pop up like there was an error, and then there will be a thing like, do you want to send a report back to Mac or whatever? And you can be like, yes or no. That's basically what the purpose of recording data for on the infotainment system is the Lexus like gets that data and to see like how things are working. So it will record things like if you're driving and you slam on your brakes really hard, it basically like the Lexus wants to get information about that to find out like how were the brakes working. So it's not meant to be used in like a criminal trial. It's not recording data in that way. And that becomes a really big problem you're going to see in a little bit, because the Lexus records the event, but doesn't record the date or time or location or anything. So you're going to have a whole bunch of experts.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so there and there is a way that you can kind of put the puzzle together, because your phone connects to the Bluetooth and this, so it's like you can kind of piece all the pieces together. But what we're going to see, actually, we might not get to that part in this timeline, but what they did was just make up a whole bunch of their own math. They called it like variance, and they had another word too, where they were like, yeah, so sometimes like it's like you just have to like add 3 minutes from the 3-point turn and then subtract 11 minutes. And then if John's phone, they basically knew the answer that they wanted to get. And then they made up math to get there. So it would be like if you're in algebra class and you look over really quick and you see that the person next to you got like 6 for the answer, but you don't know how. So you just write a whole bunch of fake like X, Y minus plus. And then that's the answer. And you hope your teacher doesn't know. You know what I mean?
Oh, I always hope my teachers didn't know. I was hoping they didn't know I didn't make class.
Yeah, but there was another word. There was the clock drift and the time drift, and there was the variance, and then he had one other word that variance and I'll think of it. But anyways, so the first trial, the collision happened at approximately 12:45. And now we're in the retrial, and Hank Brennan is the prosecutor. And let's see what it happened at 12:45 again, right? Because that's what they said.
First trial, second trial? I forgot. Sorry.
Now we're getting into the second trial.
Okay.
Ready?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, gotcha.
Here we go.
It's snowy, it's dark, it's windy, they're waiting. You will know that John O'Keefe was in that car, that Lexus, and didn't move because his healthcare data is not moving. It's not moving until 12:31:56. At 12:31:56, he begins to move. He will have 20 seconds before he falls. 20 seconds. He gets out of the car, Alexis, and in that 20 seconds, you'll hear that user initiated. He looks at the phone, at the text message he then updates. There's now 12:32:09. Close to the phone the last time. It will be the last time he uses that phone. From the left on bar, you see that. And at that time, 12:32:09, last user, he has 7 more seconds to move before he lies dormant the rest of the night. We'll also have the information from the defendant's Lexus black box. The clocks run differently than 30-second carriage, but it's right in the heart of that time. And you will see through the data at that time, when he makes his last movements with the phone, is when her car leaves 34 feet at least, stops, and then shoots into reverse with the tire spinning right towards him. Right where he is.
Okay. So actually, according to that statement that Hank just made, he doesn't move when he gets hit because he took John in that description all the way up to 12:32:16, which is the last time that John's phone moves. But like, let's pretend he didn't even do that because that was dumb. So it can't be 12:45 now because we're on a new timeline in the multiverse. So now the time of the collision is 12:32:16.
So
Zach
hold
sent 499 and said, "Time drift is what happens in an expert's brain when someone besides him talks for more than 30 seconds."
He's wrong. He is 100% wrong. It happens when I talk too. So okay, so you're saying Lally said that it was at 12:46, right? The prosecution says
12:45.
12:46.
Yep, approximately.
Okay, 12:45, yeah. And the defense is saying it's 12:32? Or no, that was the second trial. That was
the prosecutors. The prosecution team. Lally is still there. Actually, this is important to see. So
yeah,
hold
he's
on.
like a.
So Adam Lally, the first guy.
It's snowy, it's dark, it's windy. They're waiting.
Well,
you will know that John O'Keefe was.
There he is. Hold on. There he is. He got benched. He just sits there now and he plays with paper clips.
Making $250 an hour.
I think he's not making.
Wait, hold on.
No,
This
guy got paid a lot.
Okay, yeah,
This
he's
is the
the
ADA.
applied counsel. Okay,
Yeah, Hank got paid a lot. He made like less than I used to as a kindergarten teacher.
well, hold on
So
here. The DA,
the assistant district attorney, one of the ADAs. And he's been there for 20 years. No, I'm not like he literally made
20 years.
Said once.
He made
yeah,
less than a school teacher. Oh wow.
He makes
no
like
offense to
120.
that. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. So now, and again, we're on the
and you got your summers off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew I should have been a teacher. My mom made me. Sorry. Where are we now?
Well, we're trying to figure out their timeline. So now we're in a new realm of the multiverse. And now the collision happened, we think, at 12:32:16. It's still a little bit unclear. Let's hear from some experts.
Okay.
This man's name is Ian Whiffen. He's going to explain to us the last time that John's phone moves and use that to say that the prosecution's going to use that to say that that's the time that Karen hit John.
Or 6:11.
Let me ask you about that 12:31:56 to 12:32:16 time period. We can see larger ranges in the time period range. That is a smaller range comparatively.
Yes.
Okay. At 12:31:56, Is that the beginning of the 36 steps?
Essentially, yeah, it takes the timestamps from the cache encrypted C, looks at when the first step occurred, looks at when the last step occurred, and aggregates the times based on that.
So 12:32:16 would be the last steps taken for that cell phone.
Okay. 12:32:16 was the last steps taken for that cell phone until the next morning. So we've confirmed in the same place. Hank says it in opening statements. Ian Whiffen says it. The last movement of John's phone. Okay. Now, let's hear from another expert. This man's name is Shannon Burgess. He did not graduate from college, even though his resume said that he did. And we are not anti people who did not graduate from college. He could probably do his job very well. It's the lying we don't like. So he said that he had a degree. He didn't. He got absolutely smoked by Alessi. It was very entertaining. We should watch it.
I was in The Office, right? Was his name? The Office?
Dwight.
Dwight, yeah. Is this him? What are you talking about? Oh, we got Sharon Stone, not Sharon Stone, but Sandra Bullock and Dwight over here.
This is
Wait,
so
did
good.
I miss something?
How come nobody's ever said that before? That's so funny.
I mean, maybe it's just the YouTube play button right there. But that's Dwight, man. I know that guy. I didn't even watch The Office that much. I was like, I know that dude.
Oh my God, Dwight's brother. You've never seen a hairline like this man's hairline before. So just prepare yourself. You didn't know a hairline like this could have existed. Okay.
What is the time of that event if we're referring to Mr. O'Keefe's?
Have you ever seen a hairline like that?
Oh, it has like that little patch and there's like ball right there. Yeah. Oh, who's that guy? He's a comedian guy, isn't he? I have to think about him. It's weird. There's like a little unicorn hair,
Like
right?
he has the soul patch for his head.
Yes, yeah. Well, I was trying to figure out, like, is that a scar or is that like a little like whiskers he's got down there?
He has a soul patch there too.
But he looks like he's got like a chin Hitler, you know? I mean, if it was up here, it's like it fell down.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
is a double soul patch. There's one soul patch here. There's one soul patch up here.
he's a soul man.
He's a soul man. He also said a number of times that his name is Shannon with one N. Shannon typically has 3 N's in it, so I call him Shano because that's Shannon with one N. Continuing with Shano telling us about whatever he made up.
I love it. Oh my gosh, I love that.
The time of that event with the clock variance adjusted is 12:32:04 to between 12:32:04 and 12:32:12.
And do you have an opinion to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty as to the accuracy of that time from Mr. O'Keefe's phone, considering the variance?
Yes, I do.
And what is your opinion?
And that the opinion is that the second text stream event ends between 12:32:04 and 12:32:12.
Where's the text stream event? That's the 10-second window?
Correct. That's the 10-second window.
Does that necessarily include the entire event?
No, it does not.
The graph on the bottom, what does that show us? It looks a little bit overwritten.
Yeah, so that graph is a timeline representation of the text stream event ending, being adjusted with the 12:32:04 to 12:32:12 in comparison with the last lock event that is recorded by Mr. O'Keefe's phone at 12:32:09.
Your
He's from
analysis
South Carolina.
relative to the data that you obtained from the SD card.
He's from Alabama.
Is your analysis and opinion separate from the other information you looked at?
But now he lives in Texas, I think. They're in South Lake, I want to say, but maybe he wasn't there. No, he was. Yeah, he's in South Lake, Texas now. Because the other guy at Aperture is in Long Beach.
Grew up in Talladega.
So what he's saying is, and he knew the answer that they had gotten the data from the phone guy, Ian Whiffen, the guy before this, that said that John locked his phone at 12:32:09. So they knew that they had to like be in this window. So he's basically saying, I did some math to calculate the variance, and then when I changed the time from what I originally thought, because I didn't calculate for the variance, then I got 12:32:09.
Oh, what were the times again? What was the first one?
John locks his phone at 12:32:09, and then the final steps are recorded on the phone at 12:32:16.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Corroborated or supported your analysis?
Yes, they are.
I have no further questions.
Okay.
What is the time of?
So we're still in that same range. We're still at 12:32. Go ahead.
When you say locked his phone, are you talking about like just like lock this, like just turn the screen off, or are you talking about like put it where you have to do a code to get into it?
No, like did like, and then it's locked.
So
Like
you don't
he
have
locked-
that code to get back.
You don't need a code. You need a code to unlock it.
Yeah, get back into it. So I'm talking about. Sorry.
Oh no.
So here's where my train.
Unlocked. So he had it on. John had his phone unlocked, and then he locked it for the last time. So he like looked at a text, locked his phone, put it in his pocket, got hit by a car.
Okay, so like for me, like I don't have my phone. I just turn my screen off. Like I don't have a lock. I don't do the facial ID thing because I'm paranoid. So the reason why I'm asking that is did he lock it? We're going into a place where he didn't come out alive.
Well,
it's like I don't want the information. I don't want the people in here to get the information on my phone.
yeah. Not according to the Commonwealth's timeline. According to the Commonwealth's timeline. No, I think that it's more like, I think that lock event is like the way that normal people use their phone.
That's okay.
Like,
That I literally am
yeah.
slicing hairs. I understand that, but I was so talking.
No, I think it's more like if I was walking into a party and I was like looking at my phone before I walked in, and then I was putting it into my pocket, I would just lock it.
Who here thinks Emily doesn't keep her phone out the whole time? She's doing the selfies, got the duck lips doing. Come here, girls. All the woo girls going out there. Woo!
No, that's not me.
That phone doesn't get turned off. That screen's on all night. She's like, oh, my battery's dead. I swear I charged it before I got here.
No.
Sorry.
Okay. So now that should be like, that's what happened. That's what they say happened. That's all the data proves it. So explain this. Okay. So, okay, let's just watch.
Now, sir, from your review of the defendant's phone, before we get to those, from your review of the defendant's phone, what, if anything, were you able to observe or ascertain that the defendant's phone did at approximately 12:36 a.m.?
So by looking at the timeline in the phone, we're able to see that Ms. Reed's phone auto-connected to John O'Keefe's Wi-Fi at his house at 12:36 a.m. They know this because it's a password protected access to the phone. So you would have to know the password to get into this Wi-Fi network.
And that would be the home in 1 Meadows Avenue, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So Karen hit John, according to their timeline, at 12:32:16. And her phone connected to John's Wi-Fi at 12:36. John's house. Okay. So he must live like really real close to there, right? For her to get back there in such a short amount of time.
So in 4 minutes, she made a 9-minute, 10-minute run in 4 minutes.
Yes. And this was from MapQuest, so I will give it that I think it's like 1 minute faster on Google Maps. But when I went on Google Maps to try to do it, Google Maps like outs you being a weirdo because it put like all the locations on the map that I've like ever went to. And
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
yeah, I didn't want to look like the weirdo that I am. So, and these are roads. So these are not like wide open country roads that you can just like drive faster and get there super fast. These are like windy lights, stop signs. And it was starting to snow, and supposedly she was very drunk. So yes, yes. Also, that guy who was just talking, once when he was on the stand, he whispered to himself, "Kill me."
Well, we've all been there.
Yeah. Yeah, and the whole thing was like she made a bunch of wrong turns on the way to there. Like it took her 10 minutes. Turn off this. Am I like doing something wrong? Now I'm scared. She
No, talking about on your map data. Your favorite, whatever. Where you been to?
But sometimes I need them there. Sometimes I want to go back to the same place. The whole thing was like
the bodies.
they took a bunch of wrong turns to get to 34 Fairview because like the whole argument is like Karen didn't know the area, like she was making all these wrong turns. It took them like 10 minutes to do the drive that took Jen McCabe 4 minutes. But now all of a sudden she drops John off and kills him, and then she's like, oh my God, I know exactly where I'm going. I'm speeding home.
With no taillight.
Yeah. So
There was
now,
no
on the
taillight fragments in John's body, right? We went over that.
It depends who you
There's-
ask.
Okay.
Some
I don't want to
people-
get distracted. Let's stay on the multiverse.
Okay. No, there was not.
You were
The
just-
answer is no.
Okay.
But now we have a very important piece of data here. So we have Karen is home. Like that is the one thing on this whole timeline that we can like actually know for sure. Like there's no extra math. There's no like and subtraction and multiplication and add the time variance. No. Guarino says Karen's phone connected to John's Wi-Fi at 1 Meadows Ave at 12:36. So like we know for sure she is in the house, connected to his Wi-Fi. Boom. Okay. 12:36. Karen is all the way away. So now let's find out what Jen McCabe saw.
Let's talk about those texts and and you looking out the door. You did approach the door and you saw that the vehicle was there the initial time, correct? That's one.
When I texted here, yes.
And you texted here, exclamation point, question mark. Is that right?
Correct.
And you indicated that when you first saw the vehicle, it was straight out ahead of you in front of the front door, and it was stationary. Is that right?
Yes.
Then you said you went back to the door and you saw that it had moved up, quote, a little bit. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Toward the flagpole. Is that right?
It was at the flagpole, yes.
And when you saw that it had moved up toward the flagpole, then you texted again at 12:40, which has been stipulated to hello. Is that right?
When I saw it move up to the flagpole, I believe I texted pull behind me.
When you went the second time, and by the way, it's my mistake. I got I jumped over one. It was 12:31:47, which we stipulated to pull behind me. That's when the SUV was up closer to the flagpole, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Then you went yet again.
So I just need to be really clear about what she just said. So what Jen is talking about is she says she's inside the house at 34 Fairview. She had seen Karen's car pull up. She went to the door, looked out and saw the car sitting there, and she texted here. And that was at 12:27. Then she goes and sits back down. She's like in her story. And she's like, oh, why didn't John and Karen come in yet? So she goes back to the door and she sees the car move up to the flagpole. And she says in another testimony that she says, I thought they needed to know where to park. So at 12:31, what did they just say? 12:31:16 or something, 12:31 something. Jen said, pull behind me. So she's looking at the car at 12:31. Okay, just need to make that really clear. Oops, oh, damn it. Sorry. Well, we're going to do that for you.
Let's talk about those texts and and you looking out the door. You did approach the door and you saw that the vehicle was there the initial time, correct? That's one.
When I texted here, yes.
And you texted here, exclamation point, question mark. Is that right?
Correct.
And you indicated that when you first saw the vehicle, it was straight out ahead of you in front of the front door, and it was stationary. Is that right?
Yes.
Then you said you went back to the door and you saw that it had moved up, quote, a little bit. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Toward the flagpole. Is that right?
Was at the flagpole, yes.
And when you saw that it had moved up toward the flagpole, then you texted again at 12:40, which has been stipulated to hello. Is that right?
When I saw it move up to the flagpole, I believe I texted pull behind me.
When you went the second time, and by the way, it's my mistake. I got I jumped over one. It was 12:31:47, which we stipulated to pull behind me. That's when the SUV was up closer to the flagpole, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Then you went yet again at 12:40 and saw the SUV yet again and texted hello. It was the second hello.
I'm not sure if that was when I texted hello.
But you did see that the SUV had moved again.
Yes.
Now where was it?
At first, it was straight ahead. Then it was at the flagpole, and then it was further out.
Then at 12:42, 2 minutes later, you texted, where are you, correct?
Yes.
Okay. At that point, it was still up by the flagpole?
No, I'm not saying that it was still outside.
Where was it?
I'm not sure where the vehicle was.
At 12:45, you texted yet again, hello. Is that right?
Yes, I did.
You indicated that was, you texted hello the last time you saw the vehicle. Is that right?
I'm not saying that today, no.
Well, did you say it previously?
In my testimony, did I say that the last time I texted? Do you have that written that I could see?
You just read it.
Well, that was your question that you had read to me. I never came out and said that.
Ms. McCabe, I asked you if you testified to that a year ago. That's my question. Did you testify to that a year ago that when you went, every single time you went to the door, you texted something because seeing the vehicle prompted you to text something to John?
That's a summary of maybe the...
Did you testify to that a year ago?
To what? That when I went to the door? Yeah, different times when I went to the door, I did text, yes.
And then you testified as well that you went to the door a final time and saw that the SUV was gone and had left, correct?
Yes, at one point I did.
And that was just a couple of minutes after your last text at 12:45.
Okay. So she went to the door at 12:27, 12:31, 12:40, 12:42, and 12:45 and saw the car at every one of those times.
That's Alan Jackson talking, right? The defense attorney.
Mm-hmm. They hate each other. It's actually like so entertaining how much they absolutely despise each other.
Where's the prosecution during this? Because he says at 12:31, you text her and say, "Pull behind me," and she says, "Yes, I did." Then he says, "Wait," he says something, and then he goes, "Wait, I misspoke." At 12:40, you said, "Pull behind me," and she said, "Yes, I did." Well, which one is it? I mean, she just
I don't
said
know, but
on the stand, "Yes, I did," and then she changes it to 12:40, "Yes, I did." So she's changing. The prosecution should be there objecting to this. She ought to be able to refresh her memory from documents prior. Like, what's going on here? And then at
we're not
12:45, I'm sorry, I have so much procedural stuff that just this is so weird.
But we're not gonna be
Sorry.
mad about no so Adam Lally objected in the first trial every 3 words. So we're not gonna be mad that Hank's not objecting. We're gonna be fine with that.
But you
Because
see what I'm saying, though, right? I
yes.
mean, her timeline, it's she just impeached herself as a witness. She's not
I mean,
reliable.
yeah,
She doesn't know
exactly.
what time it happened. And that's what the whole point of the prosecution is to be, or if she is the prosecution's witness, the whole point of her being there is to give reliable testimony. If she can't give reliable testimony, well, hell, just call me up. I mean, I don't know what these people. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, hell, man, 12:30. I guarantee I was up. I don't know what I was doing. I was down in Tennessee, But I mean, hell. Sorry. It gets me, man. This is such a weird.
This is the point. This is why we're all obsessed with this. I'm glad that you're getting it. Like,
it's the second time they had a trial run. They had a trial run, and they couldn't get it right. They paid an outside person, taxpayer money, which is obviously that's another common theme with what's his name, Meatball, whatever what you guys called him. Morrissey. He always gets outside counsel in there because he doesn't hire anybody. He doesn't want to hire anybody smarter than him.
And everybody's smarter than him. So this is the end of this timeline, and I just need you to explain to me how this is all possible. So at 12:31:47, Jen McCabe is looking at the car. And as she's looking at the car, she's sending a text message while looking at the car. So she is looking at a car. But also, that car reverses at 24 miles an hour and hits and kills somebody. What's 16 plus 13? 29 seconds later. So 29 seconds while she's looking at the car, that car reverses and hits and kills somebody. And also, that car that just did that now makes a 8-minute drive in 3.5 minutes. And Karen is home now. That car is home at One Meadows. But also, Jen sees that car again at 12:40 and 12:42 and 12:45, and then she sees it leave after that. But then also a year ago, that car hit and killed somebody at 12:45.
Are we still talking about Karen Reed? I mean, I feel like we've gone somewhere else. I think I took a left in Albuquerque back there on that multiverse. What? No, this isn't real. Like, there was no immediate call for a mistrial. There was no immediate, this is BS, Your Honor. I mean, holy cow. This is what drives me nuts. This is why it drives me nuts. I have nothing in this. The only thing I know about this whole thing is through Emily. Like, she's my only friend that's up there, right? Like, I don't know anything about this. Not my circus, not my monkeys, all that good stuff. But it aggravates the heck out of me that this is everybody's basic constitutional rights. I mean, there are little nuances, little differences here and there, but it's all majority of it goes back to just common law. I mean, we share the same specifics. Oh my gosh,
This is my favorite. Also,
I need a mini fridge up here. I need a Coke. Holy cow.
so
Man.
not only was there not like a mistrial, this is BS, the question you were just asking. Not only that, the same judge presided over both trials. So she saw all this evidence and all the ridiculousness of it. And she was like, I have grave concerns. But her grave concerns were not for the prosecution. They were about the defense team. But that's another chapter for another day. Should we take a Fervent break and then get to the next part of the timeline? Zach, you read my mind.
I love it here. Y'all, I love this so much. I am so sorry. I'm having so much. I haven't had this much fun on the tubes in so long. Thank you.
Why would you be sorry about having fun? Silly. Oh
my gosh. You're such a hoot.
Ooh, okay. Sharing was canceled. What does that mean? It just said screen sharing was canceled. Excuse me.
Oh, did that pop up now?
What?
StreamYards is weird. All the stuff they got going on.
What the heck is it doing? Well, I guess I'll figure that out while we have a commercial break. I wanted to play Fervent's new song about Trooper Paul, but I actually feel like I need to do a little intro for you about who Trooper Paul is before I do that. So we're gonna do a back-to-back because I need to figure this out. But hang on one second. Okay, see you guys after 2 songs.
Boy, Shannon with one end. Goods to put Karen Reed away. One end, Shannon here to save the day. Yeah, this southern boy came to play. Oh, wait, no, is that in my resume? Yeah, I graduated in 25-3. I mean, that is when I started my degree. Stop asking questions, Bob, would you please? Okay, I don't actually have a degree. Damn it, Bob, why do you persist? Oh, you know, my major doesn't exist. Okay, I think I'm starting to get the gist. Can I change? I'm sweating through my pits. I got the goods to put Karen Reed away. One in Shannon here to save the day. Yeah, this southern boy came to play. Oh, wait, no, is that in my resume? Yeah, I'm the pride of UAB. Been going there since 1993. Took a class, then took a year off. Took another one, another year off. Then another one, another year off. Then another one, that one was tough. Think I'll finish in the next decade. After that, what even will you say? I couldn't even spell my first name, but that's okay because I'm getting paid. Got the goods to put Karen Reed away. One in Shannon here to save the day. Yeah, this southern boy came to play. Oh, wait, no, is that in my resume? At least this wasn't as embarrassing as Judge Blue Paint.
McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert party like a McAlbert third party. We got you right where we want you. We're gonna threaten you with defamation lawsuits. Got Alan Damon shaking in their boots. They scared they bit off more than they can chew. Hold on, wait a minute, what does that say? 23 pages in and I'm only halfway. How the hell did they call our bluff? We thought our empty threats would scare them off. Now they're out here calling us the House defendants. How the hell do we even contest this? Guess Karen really, really, really wants her vengeance. Oh shit, now we're known as the House defendants. House defendants, we the House defendants. It's not pleasant to be a House defendant. Iggy getting tipsy off that Jameson and ginger. Never thought that I would be a penny pincher. The sweet whacker got me down to my last dollar. I still think she wants this decorated dude. I should call her. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. Now they're out here calling us the House defendants. How the hell do we even contest this? Guess Karen really, really, really wants her vengeance. Oh shit, now we're known as the House defendants. House defendants, we the House defendants. House defendants, we are House defendants.
I need to get better at getting back to this. Okay, well,
Oh,
so welcome, chat rats, to fill you guys in on what we've been up to so far. We were looking at the timeline of Collision, and expert, you want to explain how it's possible?
so okay. If you shrink yourself small enough, you can go into the quantum realm, and time isn't real in there. It's all like, you know what? I'll tell you what. It's really more. It's better explained in the movie, the documentary Ant-Man and the Wasp. Okay? That's the best. But it's the quantum realm. As if you're familiar with string theory, if anybody's fans of the science program, Big Bang Theory, you know that string theory was Sheldon Cooper's specialty. So
Mhm.
it's you know, it's there are infinite timelines, and we are in one of those. And the Karen Reed trial is in like 3 over from us.
Yeah, that's the perfect explanation, because that's the only way that Jen McCabe could have seen a car, be looking at a car, and at the same time, 29 seconds later, that car also hits and kills somebody. And then that car is also home in half the time that it normally takes. And then Jen also sees that car 3 more times. And then also a year earlier, that car then also hit and killed somebody 5 minutes after that. It's the only explanation. If anybody in the chat can think of another explanation about how all that can happen, I'm open to it. Trolls, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. I'm not defaming anybody. I'm just trying to piece the story together that was public, in public court filings and public testimony. Okay, trolls?
Do you have trolls? Was that a thing?
Oh, I do have trolls. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Well, don't feed them, and they'll go away. They go back to Sweden.
A lot of them do, and then every once in a while, there's some that just linger. Yeah, this feels like maybe the right explanation. Side I just said they're liars. That's my theory. Okay, so now we're going to look at another timeline that's happening simultaneously. And the only reason why we're really looking at this timeline is kind of a preview to a part that we'll get to in another chapter, which is that there is a person named Colin, and we're going to look at his story and see, apparently in his version of the multiverse, he's gone before any of this happens. He's gone from 34 Fairview. And so we're going to see how that played out.
No, just Colin is just some dude.
He is the nephew of the homeowners. They love to say that he's like a child. Like you would think if you listened to the people who talk, like you would think he's like a 5-year-old. He was 17. He was in high school when this happened. He's in their version of the multiverse, he has stayed 17. So if anybody like mentions Colin, you'll get a whole bunch of people being like, why are you talking about a child like that? So Colin hasn't aged since this. Thank you for teaching me about goals. So yes, so Colin was in high school when this happened. And we can do a whole nother chapter about Colin, but for now we're just going to try to figure out if his timeline makes sense, and was he in the house? Yes, apparently he's just living in Never Never Land. Just a baby. Just a baby. Okay, here we go. This is Colin, the baby. And speaking of babies, thank you, Angel Baby. Okay, here we go.
So you reach out to Ms. McCabe via text, is that correct?
Yes.
And she agrees to pick you up?
Yes.
And at some point, are you made aware that she's at the home?
Yes.
And how is it that she makes you aware that she's at the home?
I got a text message from her that says I'm here.
And at any point in time while you were in the home, did Ms. McCabe come inside the home?
No.
And so after you received that text message from Ms. McCabe, did you respond?
Yes.
And do you recall what you responded?
Come in.
And from that communication, after you sent that, about how long was it between the time that you sent that and the time that you came out?
Between 30 seconds and a minute, I'd say.
And when you came out of the house...
So just to highlight where we are in his timeline so far, he texted...
Thank you for saying that. I need to write it down.
Yeah, so where we are there is that he texted his cousin, family friend, Allie, who is Jen McCabe's daughter, and he asked her for a ride home. And she said she was like dropping some friends off, and then she was going to come pick him up. So they have a screenshot of this text message. They didn't do like a phone extraction or anything. They didn't hand over their phones. They just screenshotted it. It was kind of a confusing screenshot because like the fonts changed a little bit from what they typically look like, and like the punctuation changed from what you normally see on your phone. But apparently we ignore that here in Massachusetts. That doesn't bother us.
You can get those in India.
Yeah, and you could make it like in Microsoft Word. But no, apparently it's real. And so she texts here that she's outside at 12:10. And now, okay, so at 12:10, he gets a text message from her that says here. That's where we are so far.
What time was that?
12:10.
Okay, so we've already got John's been out there for an hour and a half.
No, John and Karen are not there. No, that was 12. John's timeline starts at 12:32. Or John's
Okay,
timeline.
it was 12:10.
Actually, sorry. Technically, John's timeline starts at 12:21 when they pull up at the house, or 12:24 when they pull up at the house, depending on who you ask. That's neither here nor there, but by 12:24, John and Karen are at 34 Fairview, which is actually kind of important to know for this timeline. Okay. This is a good question. Ben Burnett said, was the beef with the Advantage Boys ever settled? We need to teach you about the Advantage Boys.
That doesn't sound good.
I
don't want to be taken advantage of. Okay.
We need to do a whole show to just teach you the ridiculousness that is Colin. But so anyways, we're at 12:10
in Miami.
And somebody did point out also that in court, Colin this is like they went to Vineyard Vines, he got all fancy. That's not his normal look. He grew out his hair.
Oh. I don't know.
Okay.
It does kind of look like Vineyard Vines.
Yeah.
He needs a little product in his hair, though.
The side door next to the garage.
And when you came out that door, who, if anyone, did you encounter as you were coming out?
As I was walking out, I saw my Uncle Brian and my Aunt Nicole.
And you were going out, and what were they doing?
They were coming in.
And in addition to your Uncle Brian and your Aunt Nicole, was there anybody else that you recall that was with them when they came into the house?
No, not that I remember.
And what, if any, exchange did you have with your uncle and your aunt as you were going out and they were coming?
I just said, I'm going home. My mom wants me home. I love you guys. Bye.
And you then went outside of the house, is that correct?
Correct.
And did you see Miss McCabe outside?
Yes.
And where was she where was her vehicle in relation to the house?
In the driveway.
Now, do you recall what type of vehicle Miss McCabe was driving on that particular night or had at that time?
I believe it was the blue Ford that they had.
And was that a sedan? Was that an SUV? What type of vehicle?
A sedan.
And so you come out, that's in the driveway, correct?
Correct.
Do you recall whether or not it was parked on the left side or the right side of the driveway?
I do not remember.
And you get into the vehicle. Which part of the vehicle did you get into?
That I do not remember.
Front seat, passenger side. Does that sound right?
Could have been that, yeah.
Do you recall whether or not there was anybody else in the vehicle at the time that you got in?
I do not remember that.
Do you recall whether or not there was anybody else in the vehicle at the time that she had dropped you off at that location?
I do not remember that either.
Okay. So he doesn't even remember if he got in the front seat or the back seat. He doesn't remember if anybody else was in the car, but he does remember that he left at 12:10. The only thing that's a little bit tricky about that is the text message came in at 12:10. So he gets a text at 12:10 that says for him to go outside. And then within that time, he has to like say goodbye to the people in the house. Then he goes outside. He bumps into his aunt and uncle, not his cousin who's supposedly with the aunt and uncle, but we'll just leave that for now. And then says to them, hey guys, I gotta go. My mom wants me home. Love you guys. So, no, Jen just missed her daughter. Her daughter is in the driveway, but they just missed each other, even though she got there at around the same time. Anyways, that part of the multiverse doesn't, also neither here nor there. For this right now, sometime between 12:10 and 12:11, according to them, Allie McCabe texts here. Colin bumps into Brian and Nicole coming home, and he said, I'm going home. My mom wants me home. I love you guys. That's where we're starting this timeline. Any questions so far?
Wait, no, hold on. So
this is Allie's car, not Jen and Matt's car. Calling her Miss McCabe was confusing because we were talking about the daughter. Yeah, go ahead.
So is he gone or is he not gone? At 12:10.
He both. He's gone
Okay.
at 12:10, but also he gets a text at
Love that.
12:10, and then it takes 30 seconds to a minute for him to go outside. He bumps into his aunt and uncle. He
Gotcha.
says to them, "I'm going home. My mom wants me home. Love you guys." But also he's gone at 12:10. We're already in the multiverse. Remember?
Okay.
These things
Okay.
happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But the good thing is he has his dad to corroborate his story. So let's hear his dad's corroboration of his story.
You just realized how multiverse. That's such a beautiful, beautiful term of art for this, and I didn't think about it until just now. It is. There's so many for something that is so specific and is so relevant for what's happening here. There are so many different time. Like, oh, it was this time. It was that time. Nobody has it right. I mean, and I get like there's a fog of things. I get that people have been drinking and stuff like that. But when you start talking about like it's part of their, their digital footprint, it gets iffy.
Yeah. Also, you have to remember that facts don't matter in Canton. We have to do that Fervent song. Thank you.
Colin is the dude, right?
Mhm.
The nephew. Adele, like, hold on, wait, which one's Adele? I'm thinking of Amy Whitehouse. You got her, and then who's the other one?
All those messages just pieced together to tell you the story. So Colin, there's a rival boys that were called the Advantage Boys, and they were.
Please tell me they're
Colin's-
barbershop quartet.
They're hockey players apparently. Colin sends. Hold on, I gotta just show you the video. Colin Albert Advantage Boys.
Hockey boys.
No. How come I can never find anything when I want to? I'll find it later. There's a video where he's like threatening these boys, and Adele is playing in the background. Is what you need to know about that. So he's real tough, obviously.
Well, now hold on. Valhalla, my buddy of Valhalla. I mean, he's a big Swiftie.
Yeah.
It's all about mental culpability, Zach. What?
It's raining mens rea. That's good.
It's raining mens rea. I can't even do that right. Well, I can't do it anyway, right? Sorry. Sorry. I'm having too much fun.
Okay, wait. So what about Valhalla? He's a Swiftie?
Yeah. I mean, he did 2 tours in Iraq, and I've seen him dance in front of 100,000 people to shake it off.
No way. What?
Yeah, I took him to the University of Tennessee football game. I'm serious. It's a heart attack.
That's funny. Yeah. So, yeah, but he wouldn't threaten people to Taylor Swift the way that Colin threatens people to Adele.
How do you threaten? I don't know Adele. I don't think.
I'll find the video.
Sorry.
I just didn't want to waste your time right now.
Waste my time. No, sorry.
Well, not like waste it, like trying to dig through wherever. But no, so Colin is at the house, leaving the house, gone from the house.
Oh, that chick.
12:10 and 12:11 and 12:12 and 12:13 and 12:14. But the good thing is maybe his dad will be able to fill in some of the missing pieces. Like, yeah, he's probably not looking at his phone like exactly every couple of minutes. So like it makes sense. Like he might be a few minutes off. He was drinking, but his dad knows what he was doing. What? Yeah.
At 17,
but his dad,
drinking.
Oh yeah, and the parents like testify about it, like it. And on some level, I do kind of appreciate the way they just it like were not making a big deal about it because it would have made it weirder. But yeah, they're like, yeah, I had a few drinks with Colin, like whatever. Anyways. Okay, so let's hear from his dad to fill in some of the gaps.
You leave from the waterfall and you're walking home, is that right?
Correct.
So fair to say you didn't go to 34 Fairview that
I
night?
did not.
And about what time was it that you got home?
Sometime between, I'd say 5 past and 10 past 12, somewhere in that window.
Okay, cool. That's important because he knows exactly when he got home. 12:05, 12:10. Okay.
Now that is a good approximation, not like 24.2.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, a good approximation in terms of what it means to approximate something. Not a good
You
approximation.
hear that,
in
y'all? I
terms
just got teachered.
No,
She's
you're-
trying.
No. I'm saying you are correct until what you're about to see. So yes, it is a good approximation as the definition of what approximation means. It is not a good approximation for what he actually did. Well, let's see. Okay, so let's put him on the
Side
timeline.
eyes. That was a pretty. That's one of those moments. I'm sorry, Emily. I apologize. I'll stop goofing around. So
No,
I
you're
do. I
fine.
want to make sure that was Colin's dad, and he got home
Mhm.
at 12:05 to 12:10. Okay.
Yep. Definitely.
No, Colin's
Definitely,
not
definitely.
like no ends or something like that.
Nope, just
Sorry.
normal spelling. But yeah, so definitely that's when Chris got home because he's on the stand under oath swearing that it is. So of course that's when he got home, right? Okay. Well, this is the security footage from the bar. And can you see the time at the top right there? What does that time
13?
say?
13 counting.
Here's Chris right here saying goodbye. He's the last one there. There he is. Hi, Chris. Okay. So he got home at 12:05 or 12:10, but he's also at the bar at 12:13.
Not to be a stickler, but we do know that this clock is accurate.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
My
had somebody
security
from the
camera's off.
bar, and no, they had a representative from the bar in both trials come and testify that their security footage was accurate, the time was accurate. Who the actual F knows why that's where they put their timestamp? It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like, why is your timestamp covering the bar, like where you would need to see?
That's a good eye.
They also have an outside security camera behind a flag, like a waving flag. It's
You can't see it.
so every once in a while you like get a peek. Like it will be like yeah. So Chris is home at 12:05, but he's also at the bar at 12:13. So let's see what time he leaves. He's not in a hurry because he doesn't know he needs to be somebody's alibi. So he's just closing it out, saying goodbye, hugging, kissing. Who knows what he's doing over there? He has his hand on someone's leg. We're saying along goodbye.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
Oh.
And there he
That's
goes
him?
out the door, 12:13:40. And let's find out how he gets home. Oh, he walks home. I don't know if I have that
Yeah, he
clip.
said walks home.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So that wasn't the map that I wanted to show there, but this is the okay, wait. So this is the map of Colin's commute home. Colin leaves 34 Fairview, and Allie testifies that she drives him directly home. That's an 8-minute drive home. And now Chris is leaving the waterfall and he's going to walk home, and it's a 7-minute walk for him from the bar to his house.
And that is at 22 Maple is the waterfall.
Is their house.
Okay. Okay. So Fairview's The waterfall? I thought that was.
No, this is Colin's. This was out of order. This is Colin's.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
ride.
sorry. No, don't.
No,
Okay,
that's my
I'm
fault.
good.
You don't have to be sorry. That was a good question, and
I'm good.
I'm the one who was wrong.
There you are.
This is Colin's getting in the car here at 12:10, according to him, but also 12:11 and also 12:12 and also 12:13 and 14. And he's driving home, and it's an 8-minute drive. So he should arrive here at 12:20, 12:21, 12:22. And Chris is leaving the bar at 12:13, 12:14, and he's walking home a 7-minute walk. So he should also be getting home at 12:20, 12:21, 12:22. And Chris and Colin, if you guys had played this out, you would have had a really easy story. We both got home at the same time. We said hi to each other. The end. But they did not do that. Instead, Chris is going to tell us about how he got home, raced up the stairs, got right into bed without brushing his teeth or showering. He came from work where he works at a pizza shop. And yeah. So that time didn't happen. But this one did. So 12:14, he leaves for his 7-minute walk. Okay.
And I think we agreed it was around 12:20 or so, give or take a minute.
Roughly.
And you made a beeline for your bedroom.
Correct.
Did you fall asleep shortly thereafter?
Soon after.
Within 5 minutes or so? 10 minutes?
I started to doze off. I don't know exactly how soon after I fell asleep.
All right. Sometime within 5 or 10 minutes, would you say?
I would say more like within 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay. So with regard to getting home, and we'll call it 12:19, because I think that's more consistent with what you said. And understanding that it's just an estimate. If you're walking in the door at 12:19, it takes you maybe a minute to get upstairs.
About a minute.
You kicked off your sneakers downstairs, I imagine.
Maybe. I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
Okay. And then you walked up 2 flights of stairs. Right?
Probably ran up the stairs because I was cold.
Okay. All right. So you get
Ran
up
up,
there
raced
around
right up.
12:20 or so, correct?
Roughly, yeah.
He ran out of his shoes. He doesn't remember taking them off. He just ran right out.
15 minutes later, which would have made it about 12:35.
Somewhere around there.
All right. Now, when you came home, you would agree with me that your son, Colin Albert, was not home, correct?
Not when I first got home.
And in fact, I think your testimony was that 10 minutes after you got home, he opened the bedroom door.
I think that's what I said, yeah.
Do you want to stick with that?
I'm just trying to recollect what I...
That's the funniest question that an attorney could ask you in cross-examination. Do you want to stick with that? I'm about to make you look real dumb. I'm going to give you one last chance to make sure that you don't want to change your story. Okay.
And this is the defense, right?
So this is the defense cross-examining him. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no, and this is number 2?
This is the first trial. He didn't testify.
Oh, the first
in
one.
the
Okay.
next
So this is the guy who, Lally.
No, so this is Yannetti for Karen's team cross-examining him.
No, I'm just saying Lally was the prosecutor because I'm still trying to figure out why there's no objection for this.
Actually, that's a good question because Lally did object to everything. This is the longest that Lally,
except for what was
Lally
important.
Lally must have fallen asleep right now because usually Lally objects every 4 words.
Sorry.
I
was
actually
just
think
gonna
for
repeat
these
myself.
parts of their timeline stories, Lally was trying to and I think Hank was too, just trying to race through. It was trying to hope that the jury wasn't piecing together what we're doing right now because they knew how ridiculous it was. So I think they didn't want to give Yannetti even a second. I don't think you wanted to give Yannetti a second chance to be ask the same question again or ask it in a different way. He just wanted to get through this. Okay, so he said that so far he's gotten home at about 12:19, and he just doesn't remember taking off his shoes. He just raced up the stairs as fast as he could. He got into bed. He didn't even put pajamas on. He literally says he didn't take a shower, didn't brush his teeth, didn't put pajamas on. He just went in bed. And his wife is there and has a migraine. And imagine having a migraine, and then your smelly drunk husband comes right in from working all day and then walked home in the snow, and they're all wet, and they just jump in bed next to you. I would be like,
I got a feeling that wife has
again.
a lot of migraines.
Okay. So now
thinking it over. So obviously it was a little bit longer.
Because you actually woke up when he opened the bedroom door, correct?
I don't think so.
Did you not just testify before this jury I don't know, maybe an hour ago, that you fell asleep and that your son Colin opened the bedroom door and woke you up to say goodnight?
Yeah, I guess that's what I said.
I can tell you all this stuff that happened a year ago. Was this a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever? I can tell you all this stuff in great detail. But I can't tell you what I said an hour ago.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. That is
What are you talking about? What do you think? I'm some sort of master thinker type guy? I don't know what's going on.
Literally, that is yes.
I love that.
Yes. They have all these details, but then he literally because what's happening is each one of their stories makes sense if you just tell that story. But the second that the stories all have to fit together, all of a sudden they don't, even though they could have fit theirs together, because he could have just said, I got home at the same time as Colin. We walked up the stairs together, and nobody would have ever had a second thought about it. It's only because they had to be weird and he had to say that he was sleeping. So he says he got home at 12:19, and then he's fast asleep when Colin gets home. So just a refresher, Colin left Fairview at 12:10 in his universe. It's an 8-minute drive. Here's a good question, class. What time should Colin get home at? 12:18.
12:18.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Chris gets home at 12:19. He does his beeline. He does his unhygienic nonsense. And then he's fast asleep when Colin gets home. So what time
And I think we agreed.
would that have been? What would you guess? I don't know. I didn't even really know how to estimate it, but what time would you put that on the timeline?
Was it you're talking about where it's a 7-minute walk, and what time he really left? So he got home at 12:20, 12:21.
Yeah. So Chris gets home. Yeah. 12. I think yes. And so then what time is he fast asleep that Colin wakes him up and says good night?
Well, he said it was like 10 minutes, didn't he? Did he say something about that? Yeah,
Yeah.
like 9. Yeah. So 12:30.
Yeah.
Ish,
That would be on the
12:27,
early side.
12:30ish.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
He's
So
zonked out. Well, I mean, in his defense, though, I mean, sounds like he passed out. No lie.
but also he walked home. So I feel like if you're walking home in the cold and the snow, you're not that hammered, and you're not even if you were drunk at the bar, you kind of get your second wind, but it was 18 degrees that night. You're walking home in 18 degrees for 7 minutes. You're not, and you made it to your bed. You're not just dead to the world.
No, so hold on. What are you saying though? So either
I'm saying, I
either
put
Colin
on
was
here,
already home, or right? Would that have been a thing?
no.
If he left at 12:10?
I mean, that would have been a smart thing. That if he was if they wanted that to be the story, that's the story they should have gone with.
There we go.
Because that one
That's what
would
they
actually
wanted the
would have made a
story to
ton
be.
of sense. Yeah, but they didn't do that. Hold on, I got to do this so I can zoom in. Yeah, that's the story they should have gone with, but they didn't. Instead, they went with Chris was asleep. So Chris was fast asleep, and Colin came in and woke him up like a good little boy and was like, Mom, Dad, I'm home. I love you guys. And
I'm gonna go and listen to Adele.
yeah. So this is the whole thing, is that they need for their defense of Colin to make sense, they need him gone before John and Karen arrive. And John and Karen arrive at 12:21, 12:22,
Because he
12:23.
would have passed the body, right?
Well, that, or they don't want him anywhere near an incident that could have happened. And it makes you wonder why. If you were trying really hard to protect somebody that had nothing to do with it, that
Well, okay, let me ask you real quick. You said he played hockey. Like, is he like in college? Is like there a scholarship or anything? I don't know why my brain's going that way.
he left college because this has been really hard for him with all the
Okay.
harassment by me, apparently, according to the
Oh,
trolls.
you?
Yeah, I'm like the reason why he had to drop out of college, according to some of the trolls.
And let me tell you what, I knew a few chicks that are reasons why dudes dropped out of college, though. You know. I wasn't one of those dudes, but
He
I knew
played
a few.
football. He was a good football player. He was a very good football player. But I thought the Advantage Boys were a hockey team, weren't they?
Well, the reason why I
Did I
asked
make
that
that
is
up?
because, like, you know, is he getting a scholarship, something like that, and they have to protect the scholarship? I mean, you said protect, like, you know, something.
Mhm.
It's all hypothetical. I don't know anything, you know. I've never even, I didn't follow this case. I know nothing until Emily tells me what to know.
Okay, hold on. Here, hold please.
Yes, ma'am.
Copy link. Okay. Oh my god,
I
it's
think
so
it looks like you used pencil to cross that out.
because I wanted it to look like that. Okay. This
Oh,
is
yeah, cool.
Colin's
Like, this is the yoga timeline. It's so flexible.
oh my god, it's so dumb. Okay. Here we go. Introducing Colin.
You all up. Dude, what is that?
Yo, your
He's-
Advantage Boys.
Wait, hold on, wait a second. I don't think we're supposed to watch from the Columbine, guys. I don't think you can watch that on YouTube. Is this Dylan? Was that the guy's name?
He played football, but I thought that the Advantage Boys were a hockey team, right? Did I make that up? Okay, wait. Queen of Hearts Charnel says, yes, Advantage Boys were hockey players. He had no reason to threaten them except the Canton girls liked some of the hockey players. Oh, so they're not having like a sports fight. They're having a dick swinging fight.
Who are the
Got
Canton
it.
girls?
The girls
Just girls
in this
only?
video, probably. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, we have to just watch
oh my
this.
gosh! Like, hold on. You're telling me that I'm getting ready to watch somebody make a make-believe music video?
No. This is a video that he sent to the Advantage Boys. It's like a 12-second video, and he's talking to them. I don't want to say threatening, but
Yo, your Advantage Boys. I will beat all your asses. I promise you, I will fuck you all up.
Pull up, bitch.
Also,
Yo, your advantage.
I'm gonna be so mad if I just got copyright struck because of Colin Albert for Adele.
No, you're good. Is there a big hole in the ceiling?
I'm not watching it again because I don't want to get copyright struck.
Well, I mean, it's like it's this huge. Well, the chat will tell us. Was there a big hole in the ceiling, like a big square? Is like.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Is that where Uncle Fester lives? What's going on here? Like they're doing some serious construction there. Where is this place? This is not safe. Do they have he doesn't have a hard hat on. This is not a safe work environment.
That's funny that you say that because his little brother and some of his little brother's friends last year broke into a house that was under construction and they killed a rabbit and then they kicked it around the house, the dead rabbit, and they videotaped it and also like trashed the house that was under construction. So
Yes,
maybe
serial killers do. That's their telltale sign.
it's not OSHA approved. Yeah, it's not great.
That's there's some pipes.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Oh yeah, there's like a lot.
There's a lot going on in the
I love that
ceiling
you
there.
noticed that. What?
Well, I was leaving word squirrel. Yeah, it's Ceiling
good.
Cat. That's right. Ceiling Cat was up there. Look at that. Can't
That
trust
is
Ceiling
really
Cat.
funny. That's hilarious. It might be
Yeah,
a
that's not-
skylight.
that is not good for insulation. Like that, you could get cold in there.
This also, in general, this video is not good for somebody who's pretending to be a little choir boy in his little vineyard vines. And I love my mommy and my daddy. And I always come home right before my curfew. And I always go upstairs and I wake them up and I say, good night, mommy. Good night, daddy. I love you.
Wait, is this guy, hold on. Did all this just happen? I just said this guy looked like one of the Columbine guys, and then you're saying that like his little brother killed a rabbit and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's a
Well,
weird thing.
I don't know if
That's
he
a weird
killed the
coincidence.
rabbit.
But
I
he
don't
was
know if
there
he-
processing it or whatever.
Yeah, he was like in the, he was at the party.
A rabbit? Who? That's not a party. That's unless you're a druid.
Yeah, in Canton, that's a party. That was fun for them. Yeah.
A lot
Not
of things,
great.
man. Better than that.
I know.
That's not.
Yeah, it's not great. I want to play Fervent's Colin song, but I need to hold on. Do you have any questions while I'm getting that? Anything I can clarify for you so far? That's everything for this round.
Oh, there's gonna be. Oh, we're done with the timeline, the multiverse line.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this new dude and his dad. So okay, let's go back because I've always heard like McAlbert or Albertsons or whatever. I don't know.
Mhm.
The A families, the Adams maybe. And then now you're introducing me to the guy who walks home and his son who is
They're both Alberts, so that's Chris Albert and Colin Albert. But Chris is brothers with Brian Albert, who owns the house at 34 Fairview. So
okay.
Brian and Nicole, who the owners of 34 Fairview, are Colin's aunt and uncle.
This
That
is
makes
weird. So the only people that weren't related to him is what it feels like was Karen Reed and John O'Keefe.
Yes. Pinned it on the girl. It's almost like when people say the whole thing about like, you can't have a conspiracy with that many people, like Well, you want them to sell out their family? Like it's just their family.
I didn't even realize that. I never knew that. It's
Yeah.
what it feels like, Andrea. That's what it feels like.
Thank you. Also, look at she has the sea creatures for their profile picture and my fake Lally Siggy for their screen name, and I'm obsessed with that. It makes me happy every single day.
The sea creatures? Or the name? Which one? I'll change everything about it. You want me to read sea creatures? I'll change the whole channel tonight.
No.
I'm gonna be the sea creatures tomorrow. We're gonna talk about narwhals and mermaids.
Brian Albert. Oh my gosh, you got. Wait. Can I say something that will make me sound weird, but like don't clip this for the trolls?
You have me on here. It's already weird.
Okay, so Brian Albert is the oldest of 7 kids, and he lived in. Yeah, I assume so. He lived in the house. So like 34 Fairview was the house that his family built. Like his parents built. He grew up in that house, and then a couple of months after this, he sold that house. The house that all these kids grew up. Chris grew up in 34 Fairview. They all grew up there. And then John dies on their lawn and not in the house. And they sold the house like a couple months later and they moved to where they're my neighbors. So I was driving past there the other day and Brian Albert has the like John O'Keefe sticker on the back of his car. I saw in the parking lot when I drove by in their little dumpy townhouse. And I told Fervent that, and he said that it was like a teardrop tattoo for your car.
Gosh. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Hold on, wait a second. So the parents, the grandparents, the whatever, they built a house.
Mm-hmm.
They built a swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
All those kids have memories of the swimming pool, which is what's this?
You see the sticker?
Yeah.
That's on his car. That's on. I mean, I guess it could have been Nicole's car, one of their cars. Whoever's car one of the Albert's cars in their parking lot. And if you saw, so it's like they sold their house that was like their childhood home that they grew up in on like a beautiful suburban street in the town that they grew up in and the place that they like are like they own the whole town. And then they just moved to this like little dumpy townhouse that's like directly across the street from a gas station here and a liquor store here. And it's on Washington Street, which is like, if you know what like any Washington Street in any city is, it's like the busiest street in the city. And now he has a teardrop tattoo bumper sticker on his car of John O'Keefe. Anyways, please don't clip them. Hopefully there's no trolls. Thank you. Love you guys.
But you can't give them ideas. Oh, I'm sure somebody will clip something. I'll never see it because I don't watch the internet. But holy cow. So where we go from here? What's the I won't look forward. I'm just kind of curious. Like, does the angle turn to the nephew and the uncle or whatever, the brother?
I think that's as far as we get with them in this moment, because it's like the thing I want to get at is like my friend, the loophole lawyer, wants to like be the one to solve this. I don't actually like want to solve any of this. I just want to point out how absolutely ridiculous it is that like we have all the same information that the police had. They probably had more information. And the fact that they did not do a real investigation into this is the reason why the wrong
It is.
person was prosecuted, and whether they didn't do a real investigation because they were protecting the Alberts, or if they didn't do a real investigation because they are lazy and just thought it'd be easy to pin it on the girl. I don't know if we'll ever know, but I think for me, like the minute we stopped talking about this, they get away with it, and like those are the police that are like in charge of me. Like they're the police that I'm supposed to count on if something bad happens, and I don't want to be policed by bad police.
No, nobody does. And that's accountability is what it sounds like you're looking for. And we all should want that. That's wherever you are, anywhere in the world, you should want accountability out of people that you've given. Yeah, it really is a privilege. I look at it as a privilege. If you're given the opportunity to serve in any capacity like that, you have advantages to government employment, such as retirement and healthcare, stuff like that. And I really have a lot of respect for all government workers. But you want good ones. You don't want ones that are there just to like help out their buds or get rich off somebody, or there's bad people everywhere. But yeah, I don't know what there is to solve when you're talking about that. There's
And that's what I mean by like, to me, accountability at this point is not about like these families. Like for me, highlighting and like that was the thing that was like annoying me when these trolls were like, you're accusing us. It's like, I don't actually care about you guys anymore. I mean, I do think that there are a lot of people in this community that still do, and I think that's important. Like that is a piece of this that for a lot of people, like that's what justice means. For me, at this point, it's like, I just want to highlight this to show how absolutely ridiculous it is that like they just lied and lied and lied, and the police were like, cool, thanks for telling us your story, and like didn't do this. That's not hard. They can do that in their precinct, to put out a whiteboard. Oh, this time, hey, they don't line up, go back to them and ask them why. And for me, justice is like living in a justice system that is just.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I mean, I really think that this is I think it's prosecutorial misconduct. Like you said, this is obvious stuff. Lawyers, attorneys, look at the statistics. They're not supposed to be dummies. Every once in a while, somebody falls through the cracks, but you should be able to spot these things. You're trained to do that in school. You're trained to do this when you have experience, and there is something so unique to being a prosecutor. Be like, everybody wants to be a prosecutor, right? And no one ever thinks, I'm going to go and become a defense lawyer. I'm going to work for the state, as a public defender. And then because after a few years in the prosecutors, you leave and you get offered, jobs with big firms and stuff that do criminal defense. And they want the prosecutors because they know the judge, they know the people in the prosecutor's office, they know people, which it shouldn't matter, but it kind of does. The courthouse is the smallest group of, it's the smallest little sewing circle you'll ever see. They know everybody's business and everything. It's crazy, but the prosecutors should, at this point, this should be all prosecutors. Like I really think, like before you were covering, what you were sharing with me, is so much was the police. But again, the prosecutors should look at them and be like, "What are you guys doing over there? Quit eating donuts and do investigations." I can't, with any good sense about me, take this to a jury, to a judge, to what's ultimately become this wonderful Al Gore invention of the World Wide Web.
So that would be a normal response, except there was a hearing for another trial involving all of the same people, and Adam Lally, the prosecutor from that first trial, was put on the stand to answer questions about his relationship with the police and getting the search warrants that he needed legally to be able to pursue a case. And he got on the stand and was literally like, I was supposed to have 6 search warrants. I got like 3.5 of them. And Rosemary Scapicchio, who's questioning him, was like, how do you get half a search warrant? It was like, I don't know.
Are you being serious? Did he
Yeah,
really
this all
say that?
happened. Yeah.
I thought you were telling a joke.
No,
Oh my
that
God.
happened. No, that's true story.
This hurts. This hurts
Also,
little squirrels.
this is an important detail. Chris Albert, who we were just looking at earlier, he was driving drunk and killed an exchange student in 1994 named Peter Berger, and he went home, hid out for 36 hours until he sobered up, and then went to the police and turned himself in. He got like 6 months in jail. And yeah, it could have been 1.5 search warrants. And that ties into the Turtle Boy thing, because full circle where we very first started, because Aiden, when he was doing the T-Rex arms in the camera, was saying, was talking about Peter Berger. They tried to say he was intimidating. Chris was trying to say that Aiden was intimidating him because of that. Also, the judge in the trial, her brother was one of Chris Albert's defense attorneys.
Go away. Go away.
Mhm.
Go away. This
Yeah.
isn't real. Go away.
Mhm.
When do I wake up? Where will I be when I wake up? This isn't. Okay, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. You may be this way. You may actually be this way. It's like certain things you don't know if that's legal. You don't know if that's moral. I mean, well, yeah, moral is what I'm getting to. Like, you don't know if that's like if that follows the rules or whatnot. Like, is there a conflict of interest with what you're saying with the judge and her husband defended this guy
Brother.
before? Her brother?
Her
Okay, so
brother. Mhm.
you don't know if that is technically a conflict of interest underneath the Massachusetts rules. But for me, and this is what I was saying, like, and maybe this is how you are. If it feels sketchy, like, I just feel like if it doesn't feel good, it's not a rule. I mean, it's don't do it.
I mean, it's the
it's
whole thing that they say, like the appearance of a conflict. So it's not even if
The
there's a
appearance, thank
conflict,
you.
but it's if there's an appearance of a conflict.
I love how
So
you simplify my
the
stupidity.
no, it's like Judge Frenier in a recent case recused herself from something because she had like mentored the somebody, like one of the attorney, no, not even the attorney. She mentored somebody, and it was like she was saying, like, it's not a conflict for me, but there's the appearance of a conflict, so I can't do that. And yet, wait, I'm so happy you did this for your name. Have you ever seen Brian Tully walk?
Do I know Brian Cullen?
He was one of the bald police officers. He walks like
Yeah, and
a
I'd be a little
toddler
bit more
who's like,
specific than that. Was he the
Yeah.
shorter one? It's kind of dopey faced.
again, that
Yeah.
describes all of them except for Yuri.
Such a broad
But-
description, isn't it?
he walks like he just has the biggest turd in his diaper, and
Oh.
this
Does
Tully's
he?
full diaper is amazing. No,
Didn't
now
know
you can
until
never
I
change
got on the
it.
internet. That's a thing. For people. Anyway, like, y'all are the only people that have cops that don't look like cops. Like that haircut. What I'm talking about. Like, you can always spot a cop. They all
Like
look
the
the same.
crew
They all
cut.
get. Yeah, they got that. They like the sergeant always has a mustache.
Mhm.
It's like
No,
that.
here we're all just bald.
Yeah. Well, it's one family is why.
Yeah, that's true.
It's jeans.
Can I
Well,
play Colin's Fervent song? Wait, where did it just go? I just downloaded it.
Yeah, you play whatever you want to.
Do you want to? No, but do you want to do a Fervent break and see Colin's song?
Yeah, sure. So,
Perfect.
wait, his pants
And then-
are way too tight. Tight eyes. I don't wear pants of prison. You should know that.
Tully's pants are way too tight, and that's why he walks
Oh.
like he has a big dump in his diaper.
What's up with the tight pants? Dudes do not wear tight pants. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, there's a lot of weirdness there.
No, they wear
No.
really tight pants. They also kind of wear like it looks like they're wearing like those pajama jeans, like they're like jeggings, because they all
Oh
stand
my!
kind of
Did
like
you just say jeggings? Oh my gosh! You
Yeah.
are.
but not even just jeggings. Like there's like that brand that are like actually pajama pants. That's what they look like.
Yes.
Like they look like so stretchy, but also jeans.
Were they ever a late night infomercial? That's what I feel like
Yeah.
they were.
Yes.
Were they
They
really?
were definitely. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
I feel like I died and you're my guide to get to the pearly gate. I'm like, where did you come from? You're so special. Nobody knows this stuff. Hilarious. Yes. Wait, he wears those?
They all do. And it only looks like jeggings because they like have a range of mobility that I don't think you're supposed to have if you're like in jeans that tight. Like they'll stand like they're stretching.
Wait a second. These are cops, right?
hmm
Like
They're also
cops
like
always,
never in uniform. They're like always in plain clothes.
tight plain clothes. Like where do they put their
Yeah.
gun and all that stuff? I mean, I don't know a cop. Well, I don't know. I am from
Maybe
Tennessee.
they don't have guns. That would be good. They don't look like they should have them.
Well, I was gonna say I'm from Tennessee. I might be a little jaded. I don't know anyone who doesn't have a gun, but I'm like, I don't know anybody wearing pajama pants either. Like I know, like my wife, she likes yoga pants. She likes the Victoria's Secrets. It's their which one is that? I should know that. Oh crap! That's gonna be weird. I got to sneak into her closet. I should know that one off the top of my head. But no, it's
I wear the Old
Put
Navy
it-
leggings every day that have pockets on the side. It's literally the only thing I wear ever.
I think that's funny. You wear pockets. I think it's cool. Do you have to
They're
put your
like-
hands in your pockets?
No,
do.
they're like not real pockets. They're like leggings pockets. I
I don't know what
would
legging pockets are.
try to. It's going to be too awkward if I try to do that.
Yeah, don't show anything. I've never worn cargo pants until the pandemic happened, and then I realized I was like, I need a purse. So I felt like because I was like, I was always stuffing my pockets. So I had like one pair of cargo pants, and I started wearing those. Like, oh yeah, everything was going in all the pockets and everything. What is that?
That's
a
funny.
weird thing. That's a
I
weird.
feel like
concept. Show
cargo
the
pants
video so we
pockets
can
are
get
like
uncomfortable. Yeah, the
I feel
uncomfortable.
like cargo pants pockets are so low. It feels like that they're gonna like pull your pants down if you have anything in the pockets.
I don't have hips, so my pants are always flying out. So
Okay,
it
I'm
sucks
playing
so
the song and then we'll come back and wrap up. And
bad. All right.
yes, okay. See you in a couple minutes.
Listen to Adele while I threaten you. Ain't a bigger banger than someone like
Damn, Fervent, you make me wanna pull up, bitch.
Yeah, I run the streets, I mean run to the police. Don't believe me, why don't you come to D&E? Yeah, I'll bring you pizza just the way you like. I want you though, I tend to slip on ice. If you got a problem, say it to my face. We could throw them up and yell bang bang. Ask me about my car, I don't recall. Ask me about my text, I don't recall. Ask me about Ali, I don't recall. But if you ask me when I left, I damn sure recall. Ask me about my car, I don't recall. Ask me about my text, I don't recall. Ask me about Ali, I don't recall. But if you ask me when I left, I damn sure recall. It was 12:10, yeah, I know that to the dot. Went up to my parents' room, told them I love them a lot. Name on no police reports, how will I get caught? Damn, Steven Scanlon blew up my spot. Never been in a fight, okay, that was a lie. I provided screenshots as my alibi. What is metadata? I don't know. Those screenshots are real, just trust me, bro. Ask me about my cars, I don't recall. Ask me about my tags, I don't recall. Ask me about Ali, I don't recall. But if you ask me when I left, I damn sure recall. Ask me about my cars, I don't recall. Ask me about my tags, I don't recall. Ask me about Ali, I don't recall. But if you ask me when I left, I damn sure recall.
Fucking leave before I hit the shit, before I run your shit, before I fucking chug a beer and hit that shit.
Beverly's Court, you don't wanna fuck with me. Even Lolly, here in Beverly's Court, Beverly's Court, you don't get double jeopardy. Even Miss Reed, trying in Beverly's Court. This defense team, just look at all their teeth. How the hell are they so beautiful and clean? You know I floss 2 times a day. That's what my dentist recommends. But I can't remove these stains. Yes, I'll ask Clerk Jim in Beverly's Court. You don't wanna fuck with me. Even Spanky, here in Beverly's Court, Beverly's Court. You don't get double jeopardy. Even Miss Reed, trying in Beverly's Court. Mr. California, think you can one-up me when the prosecutors yell objection, I say sustained. Call my verdict slips confusing. Oh well, that's the Commonwealth. I gotta leave at 3:30, and you can all go to hell. Beverly's Court, you don't wanna fuck with me. Even Spanky, here in Beverly's Court, Beverly's Court. You don't get double jeopardy. Even Miss Reed, trying in Beverly's Court. The truth is, I'm not going anywhere. It's Judge Bev, baby, and I'm here to stay. Yes, I am, and I have more people to protect and more defendants to put in debt. I'm the queen in this house of cards. It's Beverly's Court. You don't wanna fuck with me. Even Spanky, here in Beverly's Court, Beverly's Court. You don't get double jeopardy. Even Miss Reed, trying in Beverly's Court.
Sorry,
We
I'm-
love getting to see you process all of this. We've been studying this like every day for 3 years now. You're catching on so much faster than you even think you are. And you're lucky that you kind of you're lucky and unlucky because like we learned this in bits and pieces. Like we learned little bits at a time. You're like getting overloaded with it all at once.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
you're doing really well.
I'm lucky because of a great teacher. I mean, that's y'all. Come on, chat. Is that not a great teacher means everything? Absolutely means everything. So thank you. And I think I'll tell you what it is. My entire time on the tubes, I've done a lot of videos, a lot of streaming, been all over the place and stuff. And I've never seen such a reaction. I'll end up somewhere I don't even know who the people are or anything like that. And they'll say, "Expert, when are you doing another one with Emily?" I'm like, I don't know. You got to ask her. And they are. It is such a wonderful feeling to be part of something like this. And I thank you again. You're absolutely amazing.
Well,
I'm
thank you for
I'm very
entertaining
blessed.
me and giving me the chance to do this because really this is um it's fun to kind of like break it down like this and like see your reaction to things and like we've gotten so used to like how ridiculous it is that when you're like wait, what? Like seeing you process it all in real time is truly like it makes me feel like we're not all crazy for like still obsessing over this until we finally get somewhere.
Listen, it's amazing. Again, I cannot explain enough how amazing the reaction from other people, like all over, how they are about this. And so there is something there. Uh, you're talking about like trying to get used to it. So as you know, YouTube, you got the whole algorithm. You got to deal with all this stuff and everything. You worry about that as a creator all the time. And so excuse me. If like the other day, a new document came out about Turtle Boy, or not Turtle Boy, Karen Reed in the civil trial, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna read it. You know, we're gonna pull this up because I need to stay in that algorithm. I got to give it something fresh. And I started reading. I was like, wait, what? Wait, wait a second here. Like the attorneys found they got information illegally and they relied upon it to turn it in, and they know they're not supposed to do that. Like this is it's so weird. It's so weird, Emily.
Yeah. Oh, and then they lied about what the recording said. And then when they got called out for lying about what the recording of the illegal recording said, they said, well, that part didn't matter that we got wrong anyways, because really it was the other part of the illegal recording that we care about. It's like all bananas.
Like look up where someone has turned in a document that AI has written for them. Because it's happened a few times, and the biggest, unless this has changed within the last couple of months, the biggest fine so far came out November, December, somewhere like that. $10,000. A judge fined an attorney for turning in AI work. And as I'm reading this, I'm like, how do they have this little minutia off? Like it feels like AI where they make a simple mistake or I mean a simple mistake, like you know, you're thinking, oh, this looks great, and then you realize it's AI. They got messed up. But that can be applied. The same thing, making that mistake like that vagrant disrespect, just not caring about your work product. Very, very damning in the legal field. So
The civil trial documents that they've been putting out feel like they were written by internet trolls. Like it feels like all the same things that I hear in my comments of people being like, well, what about and I'm convinced now that like Diller, who's the attorney who turned that in, I'm convinced that he's like 4 of the burners on Twitter.
oh, of your troll of yours?
Yeah. Like there's like the minutia that they get into that like is repeated by all of the trolls online. It feels like he could only have gotten to that in a legal filing if he's on Twitter and or if it's being written by some of their friends on Twitter.
I'll tell you what, man, if I could just have you for about a week, I've got some people that you would just love. Oh my gosh. And we're talking about like the same type of thing, type stories in different cases, different parts of America and stuff. And it's I don't understand. There's a thing about attorneys. I don't understand the whole like I'm gonna be a YouTuber type thing. Somebody said who was that? Oh, it was Rubia. I don't know if anybody. No, that was Rubia was did O'Keefe thing with me. She said real attorneys don't YouTube. I was like, I know, right?
I appreciate all the attorneys that are on YouTube and have explained, like the real ones that have explained all of this stuff to me.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of really good people. But the reason why I was saying that though is that I've watched them where they get obsessed with Twitter, and that's not real life, y'all. It is. Oh, it's such a weird thing. My Twitter account goes back. It's stupid. I need to actually delete it. Start over. But no, it's
Don't just stay and be weird on it. We need the good people to stay.
I have like 50,000 tweets. Awful.
That's it. You have 50,000 tweets.
Something like that.
That's a lot of tweets. I have. Where does it say how many tweets? Oh, 13,000.
A lot of tweets.
I made this account, and you know how like you'll get somebody and you'll click on it and it will be like account created March 2026, and you're like, oh, you made this today to harass me. Cool. My thing says joined September 2011. My Twitter account had like many lifetimes. It was like a teacher account. It was
Oh wow! Did you like delete all that stuff off or what?
No, and every
Oh
once
no,
in a
now
while I'll be
13,000.
like, no, every once in a while I'll be like looking for something on my profile, and then I'll like see random pictures of my students from like 2011. It's like what I used to communicate with their parents back then. It was like a different time.
I think when did Charlie Sheen get on Twitter? He was talking like he had the tiger blood and Adonis DNA and stuff. Like I thought that was cool. That was the best stuff. Sorry.
No, I don't know. It's a crazy place. It's not real life. It is very entertaining. I'm very entertained by that whole world
Like
over
Twitter.
there.
Well, you know what's funny is how your algorithm over there. I mean, I say algorithm it's what content they think's for you.
She got you.
But I'm not on
50,000
Twitter.
tweets
What
is a
happened?
lot for someone who says they stay off Twitter.
Did I say that earlier? I don't remember. I slept since then. No, I do kind of stay off Twitter, but it's weird. I can make this very simple. So, like all the stuff that's happened in Iran, like I thought, like I would have all this news feed from it and stuff. I haven't had anything. Instead, I've got what do I have? I get all the time. I get stupid stuff. I mean, I don't even know how stupid it is. Oh no, I take it back. I do get a lot of Punch Monkey.
Yeah. I think Punch is
by
going
the-
to save the world. If anything's going to bring us together, it's Punch.
It's Harambe. It's like Harambe.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. I have a big thing about
Yeah.
Harambe. Have you ever heard what's the guy's name? Elon Musk. Is that his name?
Mhm.
Yeah, Elon.
Yes.
You ever hear his Harambe song?
No.
Yeah, I'll have to send it to you because it is definitely a strike. But Bombay sipping on Bombay. That's not how he does it. My voice is so I can't sing. I have no range or ability to hear.
Sounded good to me.
No.
But okay, I gotta go get ready for bed because if I don't, I'm never gonna sleep. Like the last time when we did this, and then I literally did not sleep because I was
You
not
had to run
excited
away last time. You had stuff going on.
because Carter was still awake last time, running around screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this was so fun. I'm really every time I get to spend time with you like this, it's just like you're a breath of fresh air.
Thank you. But how much do I owe you on a super chat for that one? No. Yeah, I hate you have to go to bed because it's gonna be like, when can we get together? Do you ever want to do something that's like goofy? I've asked you before. I know we've
told
talked
you
about it. You
that.
said yeah, anything. I know. Okay, one, I don't believe. I have a inferiority complex, so I don't ever believe that's a true thing. And two, it's been weird. I've had some drama over my channel, and I'm an anti-drama person. And I'm like, I am
Yeah.
not bringing my new friend over while mommy and daddy fight.
I'll come anytime, and maybe it will like switch things up, and then they won't be fighting anymore.
I
Just
have
for the
sorry, I just have
to
people
prove
that
this,
want. Yeah.
I said to you, this is my message. I think we're due for another class this week. But before we do that, do you want me to come on with you and do something separate from Turtle Boy and Karen Reed stuff? Or if you don't want to talk to me anymore, just tell me.
I didn't read
I feel
all
like
that.
I'm taking so much of your time with this just because I'm having so much fun doing this with you.
Oh no, like
I really meant that.
all right,
And then
we're
you
gonna
said
have
yes. And then I said, if I say at 9:00 tonight, is that too overeager?
what I say. Did I reply?
And you
I may
said,
not have.
nope, sounds
Like,
good. No, you were out with your dad.
awesome.
But then I realized it was Tuesday and it was Turtle Boys, and now we're here. And it's also, according to you, May 5th. No, I think
Cinco
we
de
need to
Mayo,
do
Olay.
Trooper Paul. I think our next class is going to be like Trooper Paul, Judd Welcher exclusively. Because
Look, hang on,
it's
sorry.
bananas.
Trooper Paul? I don't know him.
And that makes me so happy. Oh my gosh.
Mitchell over here, he's all right. Emily, FNL tomorrow. I get that all the time from you. And I'm like, yeah, I know. We gotta do an FNL.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I have several friends. Well, okay, one, my wife wants to hang out with you. And Volstorm, my buddy, so like he and I have known each other for like ever. And I won't say that. Let's take that one back. Yeah, you guys didn't hear me say that. Anyway. Debbie Jo's always over. Oh my gosh, I love her. And anyway, I've got such a core base of they know my jokes and they know how to get me off track. And I'm like, I guess Zach's another bad one. But anyway, he's like, he will start. He says, "Did you ask Emily to come on this week?" No. And I'm like, dude, like, he's like, I don't even know why I'm here. That's what he said last time. And he hasn't been back. He's my friend, but he has been sick. But I don't know though. I think people see how wonderful it is, like when we hang out, like, and people are drawn to it. So, hey, listen, since you are jumping off, this felt different this time for me. That sounded so bad. Please, like that, just like everything I just said. I'm comfortable. I'm more comfortable. I was like, you know what I feel like? I feel like it's like we're hanging out like on a Friday, on a Saturday, sitting on a couch, it's like we're sitting around just going, oh my gosh, like, what about blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Like, it's just a few more of my friends away from being like how my real life is.
Oh, I love that. I feel the same way. And I like that it's a Friday or Saturday night on May 5th in your world right now. When really it's Thursday and it's March.
Oh, wait, is this the Ides of March today?
Oh, beware of the Ides of March. I don't know what that means.
Caesar was killed. He was assassinated in the Senate.
Okay, it's time for bed. I'm writing myself a note. Our next class is gonna be Trooper Paul and Judd Welcher. And you tell me when and we're doing it. And I will come on Friday night live anytime.
What are you doing tomorrow?
No, literally. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have anything.
So we blow people's minds away.
Yeah. Let's chat tomorrow because I think I'm free.
Oh, that'd be so
I don't
wild.
think I have any. I'm trying to picture. I don't think I have anything. Do I? No.
That would be so awesome. That'd be so. I'll hope you can. That'd be really awesome.
Let's do it. I'm in.
There's another reason behind there, and I'll tell you later. All right.
Okay.
It's a really good reason.
You guys I'll
rock.
see you all there tomorrow night. Have a great night. Good night.
Oh, you're crazy.
Bye.
If you need a place to breathe,
some stress to just relieve. Then come watch Emily see, where we keep it drama free. We want justice for John O'Keefe, Aiden and Kelsey, waved bye bye to Morrissey. Let's clean up Norfolk County. Emily C, the one we need, reading sidebars with Corey, writing Hank diaries, giving the people what they need. It's my pleasure to entertain, keeping you laughing makes my day. Positivity all the way. Why do we tell Satan not today? And now it's time to say goodbye, but before we say goodnight, just keep on